The diner buzzed with after-school chatter, the smell of fries and coffee filling the air. 3 girls sat in a corner booth, their laughter sharp and cruel, cutting through the hum of conversation. Across the room, a young waitress balanced a tray with shaking hands. Her uniform was faded, her hair tied in a messy bun, a few strands sticking to her cheek from the long day's heat. As she walked past the booth, one of the girls stretched out her leg, just enough to make her stumble. The tray clattered, soda splashing across the table. The laughter grew louder. "Oh my God, can't you even carry a drink?" one of them sneered. The waitress froze, her cheeks burning red as everyone turned to look. For a moment, she wanted to disappear. Her name was Emily Hayes, 19 years old, working double shifts to help her mom pay the bills. They lived in a small apartment above a laundromat at the edge of town, where the walls were thin and the nights long. Her father had left when she was little, or so she thought. Emily had grown up believing she'd have to make it on her own. Her dream was simple: finish community college, maybe open her own cafe one day. She never complained, never asked for help. She just worked, saved, and smiled through the exhaustion. To most customers, she was just the quiet girl who brought their food, invisible but kind. But tonight, invisibility didn't protect her. The diner was the kind of place everyone knew: old jukebox in the corner, red vinyl booths, and gossip that moved faster than the coffee refills. The regulars nodded at Emily when she passed. They liked her. But the girls at the corner booth weren't regulars. They were from Ridgefield Academy, the private school up the hill. Their designer bags sat on the table like trophies, their laughter full of entitlement. Emily wiped the spilled soda, trying to keep her composure. "Sorry about that," she murmured. "Sorry?" the tallest one mocked. "You should be sorry you're even working here." They smirked, taking pictures of her on their phones. "Smile for TikTok, waitress girl," another one said. The sound of their laughter made Emily's hands tremble. But she didn't say a word. She just turned away, blinking back tears, determined not to let them see her break. Then one of them whispered loudly enough for the room to hear, "Bet her dad's flipping burgers somewhere." That was it, the line that cracked something deep inside her. Emily stood frozen, the rag in her hand dripping water onto the floor. Every eye in the diner was on her. Her manager glanced over, but before he could say anything, the diner door opened. The bell jingled softly and the air seemed to shift. A tall man in a dark gray suit stepped inside, his presence commanding and calm. He looked out of place in the small-town diner. Expensive watch, sharp eyes, and a quiet authority that silenced the room without a word. Emily's breath caught. The man's gaze swept the room until it landed on her. For a second, the world seemed to pause. He walked toward her slowly, the kind of slow that makes time feel heavy. "Emily," he said softly, his voice steady, full of something between pride and sorrow. She blinked, confused. "Dad?" The girls at the booth stopped laughing. One of them whispered, "Wait, that's Robert Hayes." The name spread like wildfire through the diner. Robert Hayes, founder and CEO of Hayes Global Enterprises. Billionaire, philanthropist, the man whose company practically built half the city. He looked at the girls with a calm that was colder than anger. "I couldn't help but overhear," he said, his tone measured. "You find it amusing to humiliate someone who's working?" The girls shifted uneasily, their confidence dissolving. "We didn't mean," one began, but he cut her off gently. "You meant every word," he said. "And that's the problem." He turned to Emily, placing a hand on her shoulder. "You don't owe anyone an apology, sweetheart. Not for working hard, not for being kind." The diner was silent. Even the cook at the grill had stopped moving. The girls stared down at the table, their laughter gone, replaced by shame. One of them muttered, "We're sorry," barely audible. Robert nodded. "I'm sure you are. But remember, money can't buy decency, and privilege doesn't make you better. It only gives you the chance to prove that you deserve it." His words hung in the air like truth carved in stone. Emily stood there, trembling, unsure what to say. Robert smiled at her, the kind of smile that carried years of regret. "I should have been here sooner," he said quietly. "But I'm here now." She didn't know whether to cry or laugh. The girls quickly gathered their things, their faces pale, and hurried out the door, leaving behind the echo of their humiliation. The room exhaled. After they left, the diner slowly came back to life. Someone clapped softly, then another. Within moments, the whole place was applauding, not just for Robert, but for Emily. She wiped her tears, trying to hide her smile. Her father pulled out his wallet and handed her boss a card. "Her shift's done," he said. "Dinner's on me tonight for everyone." The room erupted in cheers. Emily laughed through her tears as her father pulled her into a hug. Later that night, as they sat together in the corner booth, Robert said quietly, "You never needed me to make you strong. You already were, but I'd like the chance to stand beside you anyway." Emily smiled through the glow of the diner lights. "I'd like that too, Dad." Outside, the neon sign flickered against the night sky, casting a soft pink light over the parking lot. The world had turned quietly beautiful again. Sometimes life has a way of reminding you. Kindness is never weakness, and strength doesn't come from power but from grace. In that small-town diner, a waitress found her dignity again, and 3 rich girls learned the value of humility. Because in the end, the crown always belongs to the one who serves with love, not the one who laughs.